So now the decision to move. There are many questions that will be going through your mind, so the best thing is to make notes. For example, when you're looking to hire a reputable moving company, you want to ask several questions. First and foremost is, are they licensed and insured? Then you want to check if they're members of any professional associations and the Better Business Bureau. You can do an online search, just Google Better Business Bureau and then the community that you live in. If the company is not a member or if they have many complaints, then that should cause you some concern. You also want to ask the company about the rates. For most local moves, you're looking at hourly rates plus a standard travel time and a fuel surcharge. Long distance moves are usually done according to the weight. You will be provided with an official weigh scale ticket that provides the empty load weight of the truck and then another weigh scale ticket that is of your goods that are being transported. You also want to check if they provide full packing and crating of any items that need to be taken care of that you're not doing yourself. You also want to take a look at the hours, if you're doing a morning move or an afternoon move. You also want to take a look at things that can save you money. Things that people do not consider would be using uniform size boxes. 2 cube or 4 cubes are standard. And if you can use boxes of the same dimensions, then of course it makes it easier for the movers to dolly them and stack them on the truck. That saves you time as well as risk of damage. If you fill boxes that are not quite full, stuff paper in them. The integrity of the box, when the box is not full and there's nothing there to prevent the top from bowing in, could definitely result in further damage to your goods if they're not wrapped properly. When stacking dishes, for example plates, it's best to put them on their sides after you've wrapped them in paper, not laying them as you would in a cupboard on top of each other. The integrity of the dish is much stronger going sideways than it is to just stack them. You also want to take a look at access. If you have a main area, for example, on a main downtown corridor, you may want to reserve some parking spaces through the city. It may cost you a few dollars to do, but at the end of the day, it's going to save a lot of walking for your movers and cut down on your moving bill. If you're in an apartment or a condominium, you want to try to reserve the elevator and make sure that you have an elevator key to lock it off. If the movers are constantly waiting for other people to use the elevator because it's not blocked off, then that's going to add to your time. Being well prepared, having things labeled and ready to go makes a big difference as well. Most moving companies are happy to provide extra services such as disassembling furniture, such as tables and beds, and reassembling. Most of them will not reassemble cribs for liability and insurance reasons. So if you do have cribs and cradles, just be prepared that you will have to put them together yourself. Other questions to ask your movers are about their on-time performance. Companies such as Carry Movers or Coops Moving in Vancouver, for example, has one of the top on-time performance records. A lot of companies, again, if you're checking with the Better Business Bureau and they have poor on-time performance, then that will be reflected in their reports. Do not be shy about asking whether or not your insurance and coverage is included, or, as some companies do charge extra for additional insurance, make sure that the coverage you have is comfortable and satisfactory to your needs and requirements. You also want to check on cancellation or rescheduling fees. Again, companies such as BC Careful Movers do not have cancellation or rescheduling fees. They understand that there's a lot of stress involved with moving and sometimes possession is delayed, so they do allow for that. When you're looking at a long distance move, sometimes there's a lag between the time that you vacate the premises of your old residence or offices and the time at which you arrive and get possession of the new one. So you may require in-transit storage. Many companies can provide this for short term at no additional cost, but some companies do charge for it, so again, you want to make sure that you ask the right questions. If your goods are going to be stored overnight and left on the truck, you also want to ensure that the vehicle is secured in a secure facility, that it is locked, as well as what type of security precautions are taken, i.e. cameras, security alarms, gates, and fences around secured locations, and so forth. Hopefully these have answered some of your questions about your new move. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact Carry Movers toll-free at 1-877-687-1746 or online at www.carry, that's K-A-R-Y, movers.com. Even if you're not moving within the western and northern parts of Canada, the staff there are more than happy to answer questions and give you any information that they can to make your move go smoother and more efficient, even with other companies. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our message.